During the last few years, DTU has spent several million Danish kroner to ensure modern and effective ventilation in the chemical laboratories. However, even the very best laboratory facilities don't ensure a good environment for working with chemicals unless everyone, including you, follows procedures correctly. When you're working in the laboratories, we expect you to follow some basic rules. These basic rules are especially important when there are many people on a team. You must always wear protective clothing and safety goggles when you're working in the laboratory. Some years ago, a fume cupboard exploded, and it was the safety goggles that protected the students' eyes from serious injury. You can buy safety goggles at the Polytechnic bookshop in Building 101. Make sure that all bottles containing chemicals are correctly labelled. You can use DTU's chemical database, chemibrew.dk, to create labels in different sizes. Think your entire work process through and consider what could possibly go wrong. At chemibrew.dk, you can use the Chemical APV checklist if you're going to work with several chemicals in one process. Fill in the APV together with your advisor or the project manager. Please think of your fellow students and colleagues and always remember to clean up. Our fume cupboards are ventilated according to need. The more you open the fume cupboard sash, the more air is needed. A fume cupboard without efficient ventilation is dangerous, and for that reason the fume cupboard's ventilation is monitored electronically. The airflow is correct when the green light is on. If you open the fume cupboard sash quickly, they'll go a moment or two before the airflow has equalized. You can hear a change in the sound, and the light might briefly change to yellow or red. If the light remains red and the system beeps, stop working and contact your safety representative or the person in charge at the laboratory, and they'll report the fault. So remember, your safety sign is a green light. You must work with the sash as low down as possible, and it must always be below nose height. Notice the label, which shows the level to where the front opening has been checked by tracer gas. Up to this level, it's safe. Campus service regularly measure the airflow as an additional safety check. You can read more about your fume cupboard in the red info box. Note that rapid movements might result in polluted air escaping from the fume cupboard. The incoming air is preheated. This is a process which demands a lot of energy. Therefore, you must pull the sash as far down as possible, and you must pull it all the way down when you're no longer working at the fume cupboard. A completely open fume cupboard costs the same in energy consumption as heating a single-family house. Remember, protect nature against hazardous substances and don't pour whatever down the drain. DTU collects the hazardous waste it produces and ensures that it's handled in an environmentally responsible fashion. You're the first link in this chain, and for that reason you must observe the department's rules for collecting waste in containers. And you must clearly label bottles to show what they contain. DTU must follow the international regulations for transport of hazardous materials, and therefore the waste must be properly declared. Your contact person responsible for waste ensures compliance with these regulations. Campus service collects the chemicals from the department. They only transport correctly labelled and declared waste. Once or twice a year, trucks come to collect several tons of chemical waste for delivery to Kommunekemi in Nyborg. You can pour weak aqueous solutions of acids and bases into the drain, as well as other non-hazardous chemicals that don't need to be labelled. Wastewater from all DTU's chemical laboratories flows to Building 240, where it's pH regulated. From Building 240, the wastewater flows to the municipal purifying plant at Müller-Owen. If you do get dangerous substances on your skin or in your eyes, rinse immediately with water. Lots of water. Use taps, eye rinse products or emergency showers. If discomfort persists, go to the emergency room at Gentofte University Hospital. In the laboratories, you're surrounded by potentially dangerous substances, but one of the most common injuries, though, is cuts from cracked glass tubes. So protect your hands when you press a glass tube through a stopper, for example. Small fires are easily extinguished by stopping oxygen admission. For example, you can use a book. If you need a portable fire extinguisher, it's often placed by the door. Emergency plans hang at all entrances. Here you can see listed the dangerous activities carried out on the floor in question, the escape routes, evacuation signal, and how to raise the alarm.